उन्होंने अपने पहले गीत पर प्रदर्शन किया और अपने पसंदीदा संगीतकारों और गायकों के कुछ हिट गाने भी गाए। हालांकि मैंने अपने पिता के साथ कुछ वर्षों तक प्रदर्शन किया है। यह पहली बार था जब मैंने कॉलेज में अपने लाइव पर प्रदर्शन किया था। एक जीवन दर्शकों के बीच यह एक अनुभव था। भीड़, एड्रेनालाइन जो मैंने महसूस किया था वह कुछ ऐसा था जैसे पहले कभी अनुभव नहीं किया था। भीड़ इतनी ग्रहणशील थी, वे जयकार कर रहे थे और मजे कर रहे थे। रोहन जैसे युवा के लिए उनके पहले एकल एक विचार को उकसाया और विश्व शांति पर बातचीत शुरू की।
Wholesome vibe, honestly. They were great. It's been a wonderful audience. I have to thank Vivek Vaswani sir, who's actually my mentor, and Alka ji for actually giving me the campus, for believing in the song and for it to reach people. And I actually performed one of my independent singles that I'm planning to release itself, and it was an honor performing at the prestigious PearlAcademy.
Say No to War is a very heart-touching song, and we heard the audience, the college students going like once more.
Yeah.
And unlike concerts where you have all rock, jazz and more peppy numbers, how did it feel, Rohansh, that you touched the chords of the youth and everybody's loving and responding to the song?
Well, honestly, that was the plan. It was from a youth's point of view. I'm honestly no genius at the subject, but having said that, I feel it's really important for any song, may it have a social message or no. As an artist, we'd be lying if we didn't want it to connect to people or for people not to respond. And I think somewhere it's definitely made a change in whoever's heard it has appreciated the track and the message in it. And as an artist, I think that's a very big up for me in my first journey.
This earlier also that when the song was being made, and this was like an unconventional launch.
Yeah.
For a song which is so for today's time, and now when you see the audience responding so well, and it's a huge success, how does it feel, Rohansh? Do you believe in your gut that whatever you thought about has come to life and is realized very well?
Yeah, for sure. Having said that, I think once the song is out, it's people's song. It's not not yours anymore. So I'm emotionally detached to all my work after it's that's what I've learned from my dad at least. But yeah, it's really encouraging that people are really appreciating and supporting the track, and I think I have so much more music to give out to people, and I'm really excited for the life ahead of me and all things music.
Rohansh, such a great female fan audience following that you had. Does it flatter you? Does it embarrass you? Does it, what are the emotions?
They were for Abir, to be honest, I think. The female fan following was for Abir. But no, I think a fan is a fan, may it be female or male. You have to, really win their hearts with your work. And that's what I'm really seeing as of now. But it's great seeing, everybody out there enjoying the music.
Abir, I'm sure you're a proud brother, as much as the musician that you've been in the song. What do you have to say, for the whole journey, and today when you perform with the audience live and Say No to War was so well received. What do you have to say?
Well, firstly, I'm very proud of Rohansh for coming out on the stage and singing so beautifully. And I remember while we were rehearsing and we were talking as to how to go on with the stage, how will we conduct, how will we do everything, and I'm so happy to know that all went smoothly. And regarding to Say No to War, I'm so happy to know that people have accepted it in a nice manner. It does have a social message, and from my part, what I could do, I did. I feel it's a message that if you want to be a part of it, you will. No one would say no to it as such, and the way that people have accepted it, the way that people have taken it in consideration makes me very happy. And yes, I'm very proud of Rohansh for his first ever concert, many more to go, but very happy about it.
Rohansh, what were your emotions today when you were performing? And it's a different feeling, especially for a song that you've nurtured, you've given birth to, and then see it finally so well accepted with the audience.
Well, honestly, the biggest thing that today was really special to me was having my family around, and my friends who are actually like my family, all of them were present here. So that's the biggest thing for me, I feel. And the crowds responded well to Say No to War, but I'm more happy that they responded well to my next single also. That's definitely given me more confidence, I think. And I'd like to make more music, see where it goes, put it out there. But I think this is the step in the right direction, and I'm feeling more confident. Yeah.
So when do we hear the next song?
When do you want to? आप बताइए. मैं तभी release करूँगा.
I'm sure it should be soon now. It's been already a month.
We should. I think we're already prepping for the next song. Work is going on a couple of more tracks, but I think you should hear me very soon. I'm not gonna make anybody wait. New music coming soon, guys. I promise you that.
And Rohansh, what kind of genre would be the next song? Are we looking at something similar or something different?
Something absolutely different from Say No to War. Something very, I think, contemporary. Something that I would really want to pursue for a long time.
Abhi, what would you like to say for not just today's performance? You both performing. I'm sure you've done that earlier with your dad, but today it was just a brother duo.
I'm just gonna interrupt you for a second and say how proud I am of this guy, because he's played the bass today, and just seeing the whole family be together and my brother be on stage with me. He's a wonderful artist, as I've said on stage. I can't speak highly enough about him. At his age, very honestly, I didn't even think so much, and because I was whatever I was doing at that time, but I'm really proud to see him go in the right direction, and it was a very proud moment for me to see him on stage today with me playing the bass. Wow.
Well, I'd like to first mention how my and my brother's relationship is. So I remember back in 2018 when I was around 14-15, Rohan just came up to me and he's like, make something. I'm like, what? He says, make something up. He was on the piano, he was giving me some tune to it, and he's like, just make something on it. I'm like, how do you suddenly want me to make something up? And he gave me 15-20 minutes of his time, and then we just started creating a song, and the next day I had it in my hand, the whole song. So I think the person who believed in me, who made me believe that yes, you can achieve what you want to, is my brother. Whenever I feel low, whenever I feel there's something going wrong, I've always come up to him, and he always told me that, listen, if you work hard, if you work, you will get there.
It's a huge success now. We have to hear it.
जन्नत सा जहाँ क्यों दोज़ख बन गया है, इंसान क्यों यहाँ इंसानियत से जुदा है, हर दिल में यहाँ तू नूरे सबा, कुछ ऐसा जगह हो सारी नफरत फना हो. Thank you so much.
That was a wonderful concert here with RohanshPandit, PearlAcademy, and Lalit, of course. What do you have to say? It was a social message, and we saw that students were loving it.
I love, how the young generation today thinks, and Rohansh is part of that young generation, to talk about, to think about, to sing about, to celebrate life at the same time, talk about the worries of the world, and talk about war. I believe we have faith in our children, and this faith is rightly placed. So while it was a very good concert, it was also from the heart and it reached our hearts.
Ma'am just summed it up beautifully. What do you have to
I
say?
agree with Alka ma'am completely. In fact, when I first went to the launch of Say No to War, the first thing I thought was my students at PearlAcademy will love this. So in fact, it was that day at the launch I told Lalit I would love to have them to perform at the campus. And it happens to be the end of semester, so we decided that we'd do it for the end of semester, and they loved it. The kids were overwhelmingly in favor of doing things like this more and more on the campus. But part of that is because of the event, part of that is because of Rohansh. He's young, he's enthusiastic, he's good looking, and I think all the kids fell in love with him, and they fell in love with Abir, and they fell in love with...
Vivek, Say No to War, being a filmmaker yourself and, having the audience, especially the youth, going like once more is a beautiful, it's beautiful to know because the social message and touching the youth, I think it's a very rare, it's a rarity now.
I think it's fabulous that the youth has embraced Say No to War. I think it was a very important message. I personally cry every time I hear the song. I get emotional. I don't like war. I have said no to war in my life, in my head and in my soul years ago. A lot of people seem to think that there is profit in war. I don't agree with it. I'm glad that my children at Pearl, children of Rohansh's generation, are saying no to war with a vengeance. It's a very, very important message.
Laliji, I'm sure you're a proud father. Rohansh is doing extremely well, and so is Abir. As a father, today we saw those little nuances that you were working on just before the concert. What do you have to say?
Well, of course, you get something happening in your stomach when the kid is performing for the first time. But I must thank Vivek and Alka ma'am for encouraging Rohansh, and Vivek especially because he's been guiding him, he's been grooming him and advising him every now and then. He keeps talking to him. So that's how you get an artist to face an audience, and that grooming is very important. And of course, he's going to do more further for him. He has to. And
but Lalit has seen me grooming kids for the last 30 years. Every time Lalit sees me with some new boy and he says, "Yari kaun hai?" And then they become stars. So
and starting from SRK right away.
Starting from SRK, yes. But I must tell you that where Rohansh and Abir are both concerned, like I saw Shah Rukh and I knew instantly Shah Rukh would be a star. I told him that for Rohansh and for Abir. So there's no discussion that they're going to be very big stars. I'm going to do nothing. They're just going to become stars, and I will quietly say, "See, I'm taking the credit." But
like you always do.
Like I always do. Very, very talented boys. I have absolutely no qualms in categorically stating in public that both RohanshPandit and Pandit are the big stars of the future.
Says, were you apprehensive that Rohansh it's his debut and he's choosing a song which is it is not the routine run-of-the-mill songs which are usually there for the launches?
Well, I've been hearing his song. He's been composing for a while now, and I keep hearing whatever he does. He makes me hear, and then we sit on his songs, and that is also a grooming process. But the thing is that these kids have been watching the TV and they're seeing the news. They are not the kids who have seen the First or the Second World War, but they're watching this happening. And it is very unacceptable to this generation, I must say. And when I speak to them, they do say that not about this war itself, but all the nuclears should go from every country away. They don't want it. And it's a situation, and when he made me hear this song, it touched me here, and I said, this is the one you should try. And he told me one very good thing. He said, I have my whole life to do other commercial kind of stuff or the songs that I can make. But this is something which I want to start off with. So it was his decision, and of course I backed him up for it. And the good thing is that people with experience who had come for his launch of the song Say No to War have appreciated it. And that's a big thing, because had he done a Punjabi song or a Mastika song or a song with a kind of hook, they say, whatever it is, might not have been so appreciative. Everybody came because of the relationship we have with each other. We have been working since years. You were there. So the thing is that this song has at least given him some respect of kind of work he's capable of doing at this age. And you heard the second song that he's on to now. So it's just a journey ahead for him.
आप देख रहे हैं सक्षम न्यूज इंडिया, सबसे पहले सबसे तेज।